So I think everything's good. Time to meet the players again. Hello.
Hello.
Today
Hello.
is definitely a sleep session. Good thing it's downtime. Are we all ready?
Ret to go.
Yeah.
Alright. Last time on Tipping the Scales, the party fought against Susil and his two companions, handily defeating them, although their abilities seemed less involved in direct combat. That might have had something to do with it. Afterwards, the party took stock of what they had around them, and Ember received a message from someone. To find out who that someone is, we'll have to go back, how many years is it, Miranda?
I think at this point maybe like a bit over 2 years ago. So
Bit over 2 years ago, we find Ember in a decent-sized lodge and hospital off the side of one of these great mountains, packing up for a journey. What is he doing in this moment, packing up? What is he packing up?
Oh shoot. So I know we talked about this scene. If this is him leaving, it would actually look a little different.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay.
You set the scene then, sorry for misinterpreting.
Okay, I think it's... At this point, it's, a month, before he would eventually leave, and it's, one of the first days of spring. It's finally spring after a long winter, and, he is taking some time to enjoy the nice weather outside, and he is not by himself. Would you like to describe who he's with?
Yeah. With him is a tiefling who, in the present, has been shown to Ginger with antlers instead of the usual fiendish horns and a tuft of fur at the end of her tail. And with, is it like a deep orange color, given her name?
Yeah,
Yellowish orange.
very like leaf orange. So I think or just taking some time outside and says, "You think I know I've been here a while, and I guess I should probably consider heading out eventually now that it's safer to travel, you know,
And you're sure you're
now
feeling...
that we're not as snowed in."
And you're sure you're feeling good enough to?
I mean, I guess I just don't want to, you know, overstay.
I mean, you can't
It's all-
really do that. We like having you here.
He Just like looks down and smiles as she says that. Thanks. I do like it here, and just yeah, and I don't know, maybe I guess maybe a little bit more time didn't hurt. You don't want me to take one step outside and then fall off something else again, you know?
Don't joke about that.
Right. Yeah, you were the one who had to. I'm sorry. I was trying to do a joke.
It's fine. It's just my job. I have to take that seriously.
I know. So I guess now maybe now that the weather's nicer, I can help out a bit more. If I'm being completely honest, I am starting to get a little bored.
Well, we do need someone to chop the firewood. Do you think you're up for that?
You trust me with an axe?
I trust you with a lot of things. You're a good person. And hey, might be good for you to get some exercise in after all that time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I was ever in the best shape, but I probably should work on that.
Always good to. Especially if you're gonna be making your way down the mountain.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You're a bit scrawny as it is.
I have been better at eating more. I thought you would have noticed.
I mean, you are better, but
yeah,
not from mountain climbing. I don't mean that as a bad thing. Just you're not a mountain climber. That's all.
Yeah. Well, guess we all gotta start somewhere, right? Anything you... And then I think we can switch a scene from there.
Yeah. So, reminder for the audience, the sending that Ember had gotten basically saying that his sister is with this Autumn, and Ember's response was, "Hey!"
Or it was, "Hi, Autumn," and then just the basically equivalent of the sending equivalent of just AOL dial-up noises as he couldn't think of anything else to say.
I haven't seen you in... yeah, so you get another sending back. I haven't seen you in 2 years. Your sister's here. And the only response I'm getting now is, hi.
Okay, look, I had a very long, slightly harrowing day. I wasn't counting the words.
And
can we do this later, please?
This is my last use of the spell. Yeah, we can do this later. Are you okay? Take care of yourself.
I'll be okay. We can talk tomorrow. And I think... Oh yeah, and Mina was in the room to hear his end of the sending, right?
Yeah. If I remember correctly.
So I think he just is sitting on the bed in the inn and just picks up the pillow and just goes,
Everything okay?
So you know how we went to my sister's house?
Yes, I recall.
Okay, so I might have left a note explaining generally what happened, including where I wound up finding an exit, just to... because I knew she was looking into what happened, and I wanted to just provide some answers just to give her some closure. And apparently she decided to go there, and she found Autumn, and Autumn was asking me what was going on, and oh god.
It'll be fine.
I didn't think she would actually...
Breathe.
I thought she would stop looking after I gave her the note. I didn't think she'd actually go there, otherwise I wouldn't have mentioned it.
Mina blinks. Not really. Looking at her, you'll gather that she's not someone who would go give any information without there being a reason for it, so she just looks confused at that statement.
Look, I don't know, I just thought it would be, I don't know, a relevant piece of it. I don't know what I was thinking. Clearly I wasn't.
I really don't know why you're freaking out about this. You were talking about going to see her, right?
Ember gets very, very quiet. And eventually it says, Okay, so when I looked up my disappearance, and I saw how many times she had looked into my file, and it went back about 70 years, and I just...
Breathe.
My stupid decision has very much informed the life of someone I have never met, and it's like... There is nothing I can do that'll possibly fix the damage I have done to my family. And I was trying to at least put some sort of stopped it so they could get answers, and they can move on with their fucking lives, but that's all it's all just made it worse. Everything I do makes everything worse.
I do want to pause because emotions in the game getting big. You doing okay, Miranda?
Yes.
Okay.
Miranda is doing fine. Miranda was getting very into character.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just wanted to make completely sure that you were doing fine as the player.
Yeah.
That is not true, though. You don't make everything worse. Sure, some decisions aren't necessarily the most ideal, but there's always something you can do. I don't necessarily know what it is, but freaking out about it is not going to make it happen. You need to breathe.
He takes a big inhale, holds it, and you can see him counting all his fingers, and then takes an exhale. So
good.
Okay, okay. When I messed up things with the school I was going to, I felt so bad about just wasting all that time and energy and what little money my parents had, that I decided that the best thing I could do was just unburden them and leave. So I left a sad, stupid note about how I was going to go away and never come back, and they would be rid of their useless son. And then I packed up my things. And then I went to one of the gates. I couldn't tell you which one. And I decided to go back. And that was when I got attacked. Because I realized I was doing something stupid, and I tried to fix it, and it made everything worse.
You didn't make anything worse. Whoever attacked you made things worse. That is not your fault. Do not blame yourself for other people's decisions.
I think he sits there and just, part of him knows that Mina's right, but he also just can't internalize that right now, so he's just like, it's been a long day. I'm gonna go downstairs and eat my feelings. Oh. Sorry.
I will stay with you. I don't think you actually want to be alone right now.
I'll buy you dinner.
Appreciated. You don't have to, but I appreciate it.
I think he goes downstairs and asks whatever the most like decadent, like comfort foodie like thing there is to have. So
It would. It would probably be something imported, given the city, and so it'd probably be decently expensive. I would say 3 gold.
all right. He's having a day. I'll pay for that.
How about?
Yeah, is it?
Oh.
Yeah. The best thing I can think of what it would be is like a nice like roast duck with like potatoes and vegetables like cooked in the duck fat.
There wouldn't be potatoes. Not yet.
Okay.
All
right. Darn.
Partially because equivalent to like 14, 15, 14, or late 13, early 1400s. But also because if there were potatoes on the continent, they would be in the Empire, which not good relationship with the territories.
Okay, I was mostly saying potatoes because I've had potatoes cooked in duck fat before and they were amazing.
Just any duck is amazing. Cooking things in the duck fat makes it more amazing.
There are other like root vegetables that it could be. So but yeah, so just something nice and maybe like a soup.
Yeah. There's also like a lot of spices and stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say like the duck is caramelized with like some sugar.
Ooh. Yeah. Also, when do Eni and Jared get back to the inn?
Well, I was just gonna cut over to them.
Okay.
So what's up with Jared and Eni?
I think that just so you know, Mara, there's a little bit of background noise coming through. I think that if it's all right with Eni, Jared would propose before heading back to the others. Would you mind if I finally got that new sword ordered?
Sure, fine with me. As she will be looking over the sending stone that she plucked off of Susil's companions.
Any idea where that might lead? Well, I think we have an idea, but...
If they're scouts, most likely they were using it to stay in contact with their bosses. You need to know the person to best use it. So, who knows? Maybe one of the others can make a better use of it than me. Not exactly too familiar with past clients.
Well, I think that it should probably be left well enough alone, because Well, if a sending is sent out somewhere, then if the wrong voice is speaking, they'll know who's compromised. We keep it. We hear the voice and get any information from it that we can. And if we get lucky, maybe we'll learn something from them that they didn't intend to share.
Ginny shrugs. Fair enough. Just to make sure that it's safe to use.
Jared nods, and he will brain, what was I gonna say? He'll start walking in the direction of the smithy now that he has a good idea for what he'd like to order.
Ah, welcome back. Got anything in your mind for what you want?
I do, actually. There is a certain enchantment that I believe would be best for making sure enemies' wounds don't heal unless there is extreme care given to them over time. Strong wounds can make for a slow yet inescapable death.
That's rather nasty weapon you're looking for there.
I am
We
dealing
need
with
some-
rather nasty opponents.
Well, fair enough. That would need some magical enchantments, materials and the like. Nah. Probably would be 4,000 for labor and materials. You can reduce material cost if you find something that would help. Also keep in mind, I do take barter. I know that you folk in the kingdoms are used to hard gold. And it will take about 10 weeks to craft.
What materials would you need, and where could they be found if I find them for you?
For the most part, it would be things that relate to the effect. So, a Death Dragon's Tooth would be a potent material, or the like. But you may also return any other materials with magical effects to me. Those would at least cover the costs I would have to spend gathering the materials. If it gets too late in the process, I will have had to have already made the purchases myself, and at that point, barter may be more worth it.
Jared nods. Alright. 4,000 total. Reduce the material cost if I can find something.
How much do you have on you now? I will require some form of upfront payment.
Currently, I have, out of character, the equivalent of 521 gold.
Well, since you brought up lessening the cost, I will count that 500 as a intro payment and a down payment. If you can find a way to cover the material costs, that is quarter of the labor cost. So, no, Wait. Shoot, I think I was remembering the math wrong. Because I think it was 1,000 for materials and then I was doubling it. So I had 2,000 in my head and then doubled it again.
Whoops.
Need to double check the notes. Sorry about that.
All good, all good.
So you're now
It's like,
doubling
that
by
is
double checking your
economy.
notes.
No, yeah, no, now that I remember. So yeah, it's 2,000 total, not 4,000 total. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Woo.
That's a lot different.
Yes, that is a
Okay,
lot
Yeah,
different.
we'll need to raid a horde for that.
Or actually, there's um. Gosh, sorry, I'm making sure I need to check. People feel free to RP amongst each other.
All right.
So, sounds like we'll be going on a hunt then?
Most likely, if not a death dragon, then at the very least something related to it.
We can see if there's anything on the bounty boards.
We very well
Anything else,
could.
we could also get some funding as well. As that is
Right.
going to cost a penny.
It would take quite a bit to do, but nothing that we can't handle.
You need us. We'll have to talk with the others though. I'm sure Nina has something that she... We'll have to see if it'll work for Nina's schedule.
Right, right. And well, it would be a roundabout way. We need to get stronger to do what we want to do, so it would contribute to her long-term goals. I don't believe anyone else has any short-term goals.
Okay, double checked. It is 2,000 for materials and then doubled for labor, because
Oof.
gotta make a profit. Gotta get paid for
Okay.
the work. But like, yeah,
Okay.
it's basically like if you can get 2,000 material for trade, it will cover the material costs completely. Because at that point, because it's basically what's going on with the price here is that the materials to make the thing are 2,000. The labor is also 2,000, but if you provide materials that can equal 2,000, you're paying for the cost in barter or in providing the materials yourself. Is basically how the price is going on.
Okay, okay. So, if we are essentially, it can be reduced to 2,000 either through trade or barter or by reducing the material cost entirely. And if we get more than that 2,000 from other things, it can be reduced further, and the maximum that it could be is 4,000.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so with all that in mind, I feel that we have a good idea, at least as to what to look for. And now we just need to find out where to look and how far that would take us, and if there's anything close by. All right.
Alright, let's go see if we can find a bounty board somewhere around here.
And we'll do exactly that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your work. I expect good results.
If your friend has something she wishes to make, I am only one person. I do have apprentices, but I would have to spread out my work a bit. It may increase the time it takes to make everything.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you, though.
I was referring to the blue one.
Ah,
She seemed
gotcha.
interested. Just pass the message along.
I'll be sure to let him. He nods an acknowledgement as he says that.
Nods back.
Let's reconvene then, shall we?
Alright.
Yeah. And they make their way back and rejoin with the others.
Alright. Feel free to RP amongst each other. Because you reunite.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think Ember is just having his dinner and like has probably gotten through the duck and the vegetables and is probably just like dipping bread into whatever soup he got and is eating it and just kind of very like not head on the table but like kind of, you know, looks like he's not doing great. So
Then, as we enter, Jared quirks one eyebrow quizzically and looks to Mina and then gestures towards Ember, just confused expression as a what's got him upset kind of a thing.
what's got him upset now? Is this
Well,
something?
what? It's not incorrect. It's not entirely right.
I'm trying to liven it up since I'm bringing the angst this episode.
Mina will just take a breath and mouth. His past caught up with him.
Jared
Seems
nods.
to with us.
Hmm. You seem rather unwell. Seems not quite the right word, but distraught I'll use. That seems right.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Jared, I know you don't care. You don't have to waste your time with questions.
Oh.
He actually frowns at that.
I think he just looks over at he is like okay, Ritz, my sister went looking for me again after we went to Teocta, and she found the lodge I stayed at, and Autumn's asking me questions and is not happy with me, and shoves another piece of bread in his mouth.
Alright. A mistake was made. What will you do to fix it?
He continues to eat bread.
Not sure how effective that is.
I mean, bread fixes a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think Yeah, I think he's just gonna say it's like, look, we should probably be figuring out what to do next. Mina, you mentioned something about like, speak with Dad on Susil. Maybe y'all figure that out. I'll be over here.
Yes, I just need to prepare the spell, which I will do tomorrow morning when I am able.
All right. In the meanwhile, I would like to inform you, you specifically, Mina, that I put in an order for a new sword. The blacksmith said that he could also take work for something you would like, since you mentioned interest earlier. However, it would take longer to get everything done. He is only one man, and his apprentices are not, well, not his words, but they are only apprentices, after all.
That makes sense.
Additionally, if I can gather materials that he would use for this weapon, it could reduce the cost by at least half, depending on how much and what I'm able to gather, if it's related to the enchantment I'd like to gather for the weapon. And reducing the price of this sword by 2,000 gold pieces, or the equivalent thereof, or more, sounds very enticing.
I agree.
If we can't get any monster hunts and related materials from them, at the very least we can... Eni and I were thinking of going to see if there's some sort of bounty board for monsters, for such materials, or at the very least for gold to cover some of it. Well, maybe not gold per se, but trade goods. Something to be materials or for barter.
I am more than happy to join you on this, and I can also start gathering materials for my own gear for when I commission that.
Alright. Depending on what you're looking for, would take specific kinds of materials, so try to keep that in mind as we go about these hunts.
Of course.
And Jared would turn to Ember and say, would you... well, he's saying it to the group in general, but kind of pointed at Ember. Would you like to accompany us as we try to find work, or would you rather stay here?
Are we doing this tonight, or?
Tomorrow, after I ask the questions of Susil's spirit, so we can also kill two birds with one stone with bounties.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
heading out...
I'll be okay tomorrow.
Heading out now would be more so just to see what's available and to pick one out for later. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just figured you might want to say.
I'll be good by tomorrow. When you have a sec, Eni, could I ask you something in private when you have a moment?
No, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Jared, have anything else to say, or yeah?
No. After that, Jared would just say, Alright then. I will go see if there's any monsters that need to be hunted. And if anyone would like to join me, you're more than welcome. If not, then I will see you when I return. And he'll head out, see if there's anything that would be equivalent of a bounty board. See if there's any monsters that need slaying.
You look, and there actually doesn't seem to be anything, not here.
Alright. Then, if not that, then perhaps, going to... Maybe, someone at the, brain gather words and form them into a coherent sentence.
Is that not the struggle of everything?
Yeah.
In the words of
He-
Liam O'Brien, words not working.
Brains not braining.
For words not found.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Jared would then, if there's no bounty board, then there's probably nothing similar to that at any guard posts. So he would instead go to, probably go to the palace again and ask if there's any monsters nearby that make any monsters nearby that would fit the description of the enchantment for materials that he's looking for, or if not, just anything nearby that's being a nuisance. He'd like to get things ready for that.
Not at the moment we can think of. Her Majesty does keep a good handle on any creatures that would be a threat, especially to the city. You may find some work near the south. We have many cases of situations with the lady's neighbor, the Obsidian Fang, but things do mostly seem calm on that end as well.
So then I'll have to travel a fair distance to find any materials or monsters to gather them from.
At the moment, currently, yes.
Outstanding. Very well.
I suppose this type of attitude is what happens when you're not used to a city being secure.
When you're used to looking for any kind of work you can get in dangerous places, that's the most common thing that you get. I phrased that out of character. I phrased that very poorly. Essentially, if you're used to fighting and killing for a living, then hey, it's good for you that you're safe. Not great for the monster hunters that there are no monsters to nearby. It's what he tried to say.
Got it. Well, there are other places in these lands. Overall, that may give you what you seek.
Unfortunately, I missed the one word. There are what in these lands?
Many, I forgot the word. Basically, like, there's other places in the territories, and there may be places away from the capital that would help.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very well, then. I appreciate your time and assistance, and I wish you a good evening. And Jared would head out with and report back, yeah, there ain't nothing around here.
Alright.
Makes sense when there's a benevolent ruler who
Oh.
actually wants to take care of their people.
Mina on the same wavelength as me.
I did want to have a brief conversation with Eni
Go ahead.
at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Okay, I think after Jared heads out, till I guess invite Eni to sit down and I don't know. Join him at whatever table he's at. Hey.
She will say so.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
Nice.
and just say, how are you fine? I mean, you seem to be handling your situation a lot better than I'm handling mine, and are you just better at hiding it, or?
You mean about you all figuring out my secret?
I mean, just what the secret is in general. That's like, I mean, you said you don't know who you used to be, and you're not having a existential crisis every waking moment.
Oh. With how long I've been around, I've done plenty of that when I've been trapped behind dwellings. And for now,
She pulls out her charlatan dice.
try to find other little distractions to help keep my mind off of worries. Good to always know and remember that they are there, but at the same time, fretting about it all the time it can be draining.
Yeah, I guess I just... It's funny, sometimes I worry that if I did see my parents again, that they would hate how it would be terrible if I was completely different, completely unrecognizable, but at the same time, if I was the same person, wouldn't that be kind of pathetic? I don't know, sometimes it just feels like there's no correct shape for me. That I just can't be what people want. That's why I decided not to talk to my sisters, because I was hoping to just leave a note, explain what happened, give her some closure, and spare her the disappointment.
Alright, how did that work out? How did that work out?
Well, she's still looking for me, so it didn't work.
Well, maybe it's time to switch things up then. Life's always, as Mina probably would say, life always changes. One of the hardest, and that's probably one of the hardest things people can do. There's some comfortability in things always staying the same, but as nice as that can be, changing things up can work out much better. Heck, it probably is good, and that comfortability of keeping things the same can be deadly at times.
And what if whatever the new thing I do is also bad?
Well, you go on and find another one. You always keep looking. But don't lose hope. Because who knows? If you stop then, one of the maybe the next change was the correct one.
She says, don't lose hope, and T thinks about when he was stuck in the in-between, and even if a lot of it's just blurred together, he knows that there were a lot of times where he was just walking aimlessly, but there were also a lot of times when he stopped. But there was always something in him, some part he's never been able to fully explain, that kept wanting to keep going, to keep looking, and that little ember of hope is what ultimately got him out of there. So I think he hears this and says, I have a habit of leaving things too quickly without giving the people I'm leaving a chance to give their thoughts. I guess I can't do that anymore, can I?
There's always the option you can, but it doesn't seem like that is working. Might be time to try something new.
Okay. I asked Dom to get back to me in the morning. I think I know what to say. thank you for listening to me ramble.
Of course. Happy I could provide some advice.
I think he finishes up his dinner and is like, I'm gonna lie down for more than 4 hours.
That's a good plan. Even if you folks don't need sleep, sometimes that's just what the doctor needs.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too. I think he goes upstairs. I think that's when Jared comes back. So,
Yeah. And cut back to
just
him
like
telling us.
sees Jared, goes up the stairs faster.
Cut back to Jared mentioning there's no
Yeah.
bounty board.
Yeah.
That's not good to hear. I mean, good for the city, not for us.
Well, we could travel a while to find something that does have what we're looking for, but I don't think that we'd be back in time to negate the cost of the materials, but maybe something with barter.
Was quite pricey. I really don't want to just head out and wander aimlessly.
Well,
Feel better with something.
it makes sense that it would be expensive paying for quality in a place like this. There's actually time to get the work done the way it is requested.
That is true.
Fortunately, our funds say otherwise.
I feel like we'd only be able to pay for half of it. Well, I feel like I would leave the entire party with nothing but scraps if I got this weapon now.
Yeah.
And when we were exploring and looking for jobs, who's to say we don't end up running into a better weapon for you or better armor for me?
Exactly.
True.
I say we win either way if we go out and gather.
True. Might be best to go out and look first before you put money down on it.
I see. Well, it did require the how much was it? It was 500 exactly, right, for the down payment?
The 500 is just because you have like a little more than 500.
All right. Yeah. And that was taken already, yeah? Just to be sure that I'm
If you paid, it
getting
was
that right.
taken.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have about 10 weeks then to get the stuff.
Alright. Easy enough.
Yeah, let's just hope there's something around here.
And we'll hopefully get some direction from the questions to the spirit.
We can hope.
I cannot promise anything other than we can ask stuff.
Yeah.
And at the very least, maybe it provides a direction.
True. If not, we can also try to buy some taverns. see if folks have come across anything. Even if there's no monsters, there might be some unexplored areas.
It's true. Maybe we can go out and see if there are any rumors or any information. Something, anything to go on.
It would be better than running out there with our heads cut off, essentially. Just wandering aimlessly out in the mountains.
I think we've put enough effort into this for this night at the very least.
Yes.
Let's rest, recover, interrogate a corpse, and then see where we go from there.
Good with me.
And I will rest. Have a good night, everyone.
Rest
And
well.
he heads up.
All right. You brain. Sorry. You all take your rests. Before going back to Ember, is there anything anyone wants to do in the morning?
Alright, long rest complete, and I'll swap out the spell.
I guess, Edie will probably just, move about the streets a bit and see if there's any rumors going around town.
Could you repeat that? Sorry, multitasking.
Edie would just kind of wander the streets a bit, see if there's any, maybe gossiping, housewives or anything, see if there's rumors about the place, or maybe some adventures, just talking about things.
Roll a perception check.
Not the best, but eh. A 6.
6. You can't really make too many outs as you're just strolling around. You hear things, but you can't really get too much of an ear to pay attention to them, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. It's fairly early in the morning, so there's probably not too much out and about.
Yeah. Is everyone fine if we go to Ember?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ember, a bit into the morning, you receive another message. I understand that we're a bit far away. This is really hard to talk through. Can we meet up sometime?
Okay, I'll actually count the words this time. Yes. Currently in what's the name of the city?
I have not gotten a name for it yet.
Insert city name here. That's the fourth word. I have a friend who could use some help if I meet Ainsling. Could you do that?
Sorry.
To keep me accountable. Okay, that was exactly 25 words.
I'm going to. I don't think Ainsling's name was said out loud to Jared or not
Yeah.
Jared, Ember, but you did notice who was checking out the data, so I will give it to you.
Yeah, so I know her name is Ainsling.
Yeah.
Like, but I had to fit it in 25 words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get another sending back. So, you want to make a deal to... Wait, I'm sorry. I'm probably getting ahead of myself, and, like, we talked about this and
Okay.
brain did plans.
Mhm.
You said that's, like, friend helping out
yeah.
so that I wouldn't back out, correct? You already said that?
Yeah. So basically, to keep me accountable is
Okay.
how I phrased it.
Yeah. Just because...
Awkwardly in 25 words.
Yeah. I just see, I thought you said it just because I had remembered us talking about this, and it's like, you
Yeah.
said you would bring that up, but it's also like, you know,
Yeah,
initially...
Yeah, he did mention it, that
Yeah.
it's a, like, it's an accountability thing, so I don't back out. So,
Sounds good. See you when I see you. I've missed you a lot.
no one's in the room with him, but, if anyone was, his skin tone has gone from, like, the normal kind of, like, you know, grayish to, like, a normal human skin tone. So, basically the Shatterclaw equivalent of blushing. So, I just wanted y'all to know that. So I think he says, I've missed you too. Don't suppose you know any spells to shorten the distance. She doesn't have to use her last sending. But yeah.
I feel like cutting over to... We cut over to the cottage, and we see the tiefling, very frustrated look on her face, debating if she should use her last spell slot that can use sending or saving it.
Anyway, we can go away to something else. So.
Yeah.
Alright. We gonna interrogate the people we killed?
Do we want to cut to
Interrogate the
that?
bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Interrogation.
So do we want to just cut to the interrogation then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Sounds good with me.
while they're going over, Ember's going to ask, basically, like, who's gonna be doing the talking. So that way he can, give them a bolstering magic if they want to, try to be a little more convincing to get answers. So, basically.
Doesn't quite work that way. It's not like rolling against. You're talking to, like, the memories. You're not actually talking to the person.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially what they know.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So there's not really a like persuasion or intimidation check you can make to
Correct.
like.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ask the
All right.
question and they answer.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. Well, I think Ember's gonna be like, okay, well, because he is not familiar with Speak with Dead, so he's gonna be like, okay, just wanted to offer.
Yeah, which you have to
Appreciate
be
it.
very
If
careful
there
with.
if there ever is anything y'all would like a boost for, you can ask.
Yeah, this is more of we just have to be careful of our wording, so
Yep.
we get specific responses.
Okay. I definitely want to know if they did anything with any information they saw in my head. So. Okay, let's do this. So, are we over there?
If you want to be.
Yes.
Mhm.
You are greeted by, I imagine you kind of talk to the guards and the servants at the palace, and eventually the elven son of the matron comes out. I've been told you wish to speak with dead with the bodies you defended yourselves against yesterday.
Yes.
Indeed.
Very well. You have that right, as they did attack you. I am also curious myself. You are allies of my mother, and I wish to keep this place safe. Come with me.
Of course.
And you are taken into a sort of mortuary place near the palace. Bodies are being prepared for some form of internment. You may do what you will with them.
Alright, Mino will cast Speak with Dead at the base level, which is 3rd level.
Right. Are you doing it on the man with snake arms, the lady with the snake tail that is spilling all over the room?
She is casting it on Susil.
Alright, the cobra-headed figure. Is there any flavor to Speak with Dead, or are we just gonna go Baldur's Gate 3 flavor?
Just BG3 flavor. It's not a spell she normally would cast, so it's not something that would be all dramatic lightning-y. This is just something that she happens to know she can do.
The spirit, or the body, kind of regards you, without moving much.
Just going back to where we found the questions that we came up with.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was...
Yeah, I think the 3 we had is like basically.
Who does the Sending Stone go to? What they do with the information from Ember's thoughts, and what was your mission?
Mhm.
So
We can start off with what is your mission?
Yeah.
I think.
What was your mission?
Allied with tyrants. Find more allies. Defeat the kingdoms.
The Sending Stone that we found, that you had. Who holds the other one? Who did you report to?
Handler. Leader. one who gives us orders.
Respect.
Mina's going to turn to the party and confer with them
Mhm.
before going on with the questions. So these are not directed towards Susil, so should hopefully not count towards our 5.
Mhm.
So we're not gonna
Yeah.
have a. Why did you phrase that as a question? I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Ember would like to get his question out there. So just
Yeah.
'cause- okay. What did you
We
do
are-
with? Okay,
Uh,
sorry.
I'm saying, no, going to the party, Mina would say, we will save one question for that, so we have 2 more to play with.
Okay.
Do we want to get more specific in who was giving the orders?
Can
I
ask for a name. I think a name would be a good place to start.
Clarification on who it is.
a name and potentially after
Location.
allies were found. Yes, location. What future goals were in store for him, if he had any. They may have only told him what to do now.
So first is name of person who gave the orders, second is location, and then we ask Ember's question.
Sounds good?
Alright. What is the name of the person who gave you your orders?
Nulu.
Nulu.
Where is this person?
With the tyrants.
And for the final question, the information that you got from reading Ember's thoughts, what did you do with it?
Passed to Nulu.
And with that, the spell fades.
I think Ember just takes kind of just steps aside, just trying to compose himself, because what he was getting from that is that whatever was seen in his head was reported back to someone working directly with the tyrant, and that is very much freaked him out.
It will be fine. They're going to come after us, which makes things easier.
Especially now that we've dealt with someone who seemed, well, not particularly important, but lack of information is still quite an annoyance. It's one less
Okay,
avenue
but-
they have to get more.
Okay, but with the spell, from what I remember how it works, it like they kind of get a good sense of like everything that's going on. So it's not just with the it's not just with us. They would also know about my family and Autumn, and this might have put them in danger. I don't know, but I don't know if that's. I don't know if
Again,
I'm overthinking
not-
this or.
You are almost guaranteed to be overthinking this, and it is not your fault. Stop thinking it is your fault. It is not. whatever they do, not your fault. Whatever happens, not your fault.
How many more times can we cast that spell?
2 more.
Well, we got 2 more bodies here.
All right.
We could ask what information was reported.
Mm-hmm. Can't guarantee they might not know the information, but most likely.
Would need to cast. Let me just double check the spell. This is player talking because I don't think.
I think it's you can only cast it once per body.
Per body,
It-
but we have 2 other folks.
Yes. It actually doesn't say that you can't cast that you can only cast it once per body, but it feels like it should.
Yeah, it really should.
I
It might also just be Baldur's Gate talking, but it feels like it should.
yeah, because it just feels like cheating to like cast it again, cast
Constantly.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we can cast it on the other 2 because
Again,
that's different. But
that's why
using
we
it on
got
the
the
same
bit in the
person
D&D
multiple times.
movie.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right.
Oh,
think,
the spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the past 10 days.
Oh, I misread that completely.
Okay.
There it is.
I
That's
misread that very, very badly. So yes, it does in fact say what we thought it should say.
Okay. Anyway, with this, Ember's just gonna, he's just gonna sit to the side and let everyone else take the lead on this. So, since
It's going to be cast on all of them, but who first out of the remaining?
Why not the one I picked this up from?
As Eni holds up the sending stone,
Okay, that works.
which would be the lady.
Cast number 2.
The body does not come to life, but energy and spirit fills it.
So I guess turning to the party, talking to the party, we start with what the mission was from this one as well.
And depending on how they answer, if not, what information did they get from Ember?
Yeah.
Alright.
What information did they get, and what information was reported?
or yeah,
What was your mission?
Communicate with other dragon lords. Find allies. Undermine if enemies.
Someone else can also ask the questions. I think it doesn't just have to be me,
Hmm.
because I'm blanking on wording right now.
Would we rather ask what information was gleaned from Ember, or what information was reported recently?
Uh,
I think I would say reported,
that's what I was thinking as well.
since that's the information we have to worry about.
Okay. What information have you reported about us recently?
Family of Elf. Teakta. Lover of Elf. Mountains. Combat capabilities. what they got for reading Ember's mind.
All right. All right. Well, that is good to have confirmation.
Could also ask who is allied with the tyrant. To see if there's any names we be on the lookout for.
That's a
That
good
is
call.
good. Yeah.
Who are the tyrant's allies?
Communicated with Gilded Wave. Others not known.
Alright, good
Sounds
thing
like
we
you
got out
figured
when the
it.
getting was good.
Indeed.
Right.
Things might have
Okay.
been a bit messy if you stayed.
Gilded Wave, others unknown.
Did they have any other purpose here in the city?
Did you have any other purpose here in the city other than keeping an eye on us?
Establish connection with matron. Undermine if enemy. Informed likely enemy.
What did you do to undermine the matron?
Did not get the chance. Stopped before we could.
Edie grins.
At least we messed up some of their plans.
Hmm. One, two, three.
I believe that was 5.
Yep, that was the 5th question for this body.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions to ask?
I don't have anything personally, but that's could be something that there could be something else someone else wants. I have no specific thoughts right now.
Yeah, same here. Sounds like these were all not quite in the know for all the information.
Which makes
More
sense.
of
I want to know if they're gonna hurt my family.
I have one more casting left, so I shall cast on the remaining one.
Alright.
What are your intentions with Ember's family?
Inform Shanulu.
Does Tanulu plan to hurt them?
Information distributed to Tyrant.
I could check to see what Nulu's capabilities are.
It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
What it's Tanulu?
Nulu.
Nulu, okay.
Just Nulu.
Newly.
Nulu, okay.
Okay.
What is Nulu capable of?
One moment. Need to double check the step block.
Information is power.
Body of serpent. Strong. Many mouths to bite.
Hmm.
With the king, we could also ask if they have any weaknesses.
True.
Think it'd be worth it?
Yeah, it's like keep that in mind because they could also say nothing notable, and that would be a waste of a question. Just bringing things that are coming to mind.
Mm,
Maybe phrase it as what is a weakness they have? Or what is their greatest weakness? Just a suggestion.
no, yeah, it's good. I'm just thinking.
Do they have any? What vulnerabilities do they have?
Nothing notable.
Oh, that.
Damn it!
Oh,
So, sorry.
I
I was trying
mulling
to
over.
phrase like we were talking about, but we can
Sorry.
use that as a question.
Sorry. No, you that was me misinterpreting. You can free information. Because
That
frankly,
was always a risk.
because frankly, most stat blocks don't really have notable vulnerabilities.
Yeah, but it's also not just like damaging vulnerabilities or whatever, but like personality-wise or something that could be used against them.
Mhm. What's their
Hmm.
dump stat?
On the stat
Ac-
block,
actually,
what
yeah.
would be their weakest saving throw?
Actually, though, that
If
if
we
you-
were to describe them
if-
with 6 different numbers, what is
I-
the lowest number?
I that is technically a thing that could be done though. Like just phrase it as like what is their weakest attribute? That sound good?
Sounds
What
like
are
something
their
we could ask.
weaknesses and weakest capabilities?
Weakest
Mhm.
capabilities might
Mhm.
be best. Might be a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weakest capabilities.
I also just don't
Okay.
want to metagame too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weakest attribute or something like that. Weakest capability. Yeah.
No notable weaknesses. Not as fast as others, though.
Right. That's good. That's good. Family and weakest capability. Yep. If weakest capability and weaknesses are two separate, then yeah, that'll be 5.
I'll count that as one.
Oh,
Okay.
We get
all
one
right.
more. Because
One
I
more
messed
question.
up.
Okay.
Alright, last one.
I have an idea for a question, but I want to run it by the group.
Go for it.
All right.
So the thing is, like, Ember's parents do live in one of the 3 places in the territories that's neutral territory, and I kind of want to ask if the tyrant would ever attack it.
Go for it.
Okay.
So you asked that question?
Yeah, I ask. Is the tyrant going to attack Teocta?
Tyrants would never attack. Too dedicated to your arbitrary rules. Bleh. It was quiet.
All right. Fair. Fair. He's too dedicated to arbitrary rules. So at the very least, he's the lawful kind of evil. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Border dragon. Tyrant.
We got
Yeah.
a lot of really good information from all this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
Ember
all it
got a lot
cost
of really
was-
stressful information from that.
And all it cost was 3
Like-
level 3 spell slots.
It's always the risk of sending out spies.
Okay, I am actually gonna use my, because there is another thing bolstering magic can do, so I'm gonna touch Mina and, come on, roll a 3. Damn it, I rolled a 2! Oh well. I could have given you back a up to a 3rd level spell slot if I rolled a 3, but I just rolled a 2. So,
Mina, you
I
feel...
guess you don't get anything, and I burned that for nothing.
I
Alright.
will allow, especially because we're in an RP scenario, you could burn a 1st level spell slot to get a 3rd with that.
Okay.
Just combine them.
Yeah. Just have it be in the middle. So, there you go. So, thank you. Okay, so... Okay, the tyrant knows about my family, but as long as they're in the city, they're fine. And with Autumn, who... For the record, Autumn and I are just friends. Like... I have no idea what it was saying about Lover. We are just friends.
Roll a deception
Doesn't
check.
You seem awfully defensive on that.
And I'm rolling this with disadvantage. Oh, it's hilarious that one of those is a nat 20. It's a 9.
I'll take the passive insight
but-
of 15. That
Honestly,
and I'll take the
that's
passive
in
of
order for this to be
18.
accurate, honestly, here's the thing. I have the luck stone, but I really feel like I should subtract a d3 to accurately
Go.
convey how.
Go for
Okay,
it.
so I'm gonna roll one of my d3s. Oh, that one decided to be a 3. Okay, so that's a 6. So yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone can tell. So yeah, very very admirable thing. We're just friends. It's not like that.
I think, and sorry if this is me assuming for Ember, but I think
Okay.
they'd also pick up on, like, this is something he's kind of telling himself.
Yeah. Oh no, that is completely accurate. Like, it's-
He's not paying attention so, or going over information.
Mina, it is going basically just he'll figure it out when he figures it out.
honestly, here's the thing. She has good passive insight. I think it's like he has figured it out. He's just not dealing with it.
Yeah, that's what Mina means with that.
Okay.
He'll figure
okay,
it out when
got
he
it.
figures
Sorry.
it out. No, you're
Okay.
no need to apologize.
All right. Does Jared have any thoughts? That is
he doesn't vocalize anything, but he does think something along the lines of, well, whoever they are, they'd better have the patience of a saint.
I did get you earlier with, the you
You
don't
know
really
what?
care, so totally fair.
You know what?
Or
You know
even-
what? You know what?
But-
Yeah, he will chuckle, and then he'll chuckle at the very hasty and very defensive clarification, and say, whoever they are. Did Ember say any specific pronouns? Otherwise, Jared will use they for ambiguity.
she, her, so.
Okay, I just
think
don't
is,
know if
like,
that
is,
was
like, she and I are just friends.
Okay. I could not remember at the moment. So yeah, then Jared would say, whoever she is, she'd better have the patience of a saint. Specifically in relation to the hasty clarification that Ember gave, he would be able to see.
Okay. I think he's like, just like, I mean, what the hell was I expecting Jared to say? Just internally. So.
Yeah. Ember can tell that it's not meant to be like.
Surprised.
Yeah, Ember could tell that it wasn't meant to be like disparaging. He's actually attempting humor.
I just came up with a random funny visualization for what happened when Suso read Ember's mind. That's like going through the memories, and it gets to like the memories of Autumn, and they're all like rose tinted and like sparkles.
Yeah.
Take my eyes off of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight out of
Like a
romance
rom-com.
manga or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, just them outside and like, the sun setting, and it's like she looks really pretty. It's just like a painting. Just, yeah.
Perfection.
Does anyone have anything else they want to do? If not, that may be a good place to call the session tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else that want to get done this session.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone in chat, for showing up and watching. Thank you, players, for playing the game and enjoying it.
No.
Thank you for running.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Can't play without a
chat.
runner.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
This was really fun. It was a good RP session, which is kind of useful because
Yeah.
I think a lot of us are running low on Steam this week.
Yeah.
Alright, and have a happy Halloween, everyone.
Yes, spooky time.
Spooky month.
Happy
Don't